Now, let's talk about low traffic neighbourhoods. The government spent best part of £230 million handing money to local councils, to London, all over the country, so they can put up bollards and plants at the end of roads and no one-way systems and blocking traffic, all sorts of stuff. Apparently, to make all of our cities much more green, much more environmentally friendly. But they don't tend to elicit a very friendly response to motorists, who find them infuriating, and I'm including myself in that number. You can never make a journey at the same time twice in London. They keep changing them all the time because of Sadiq Khan's green halo that he must polish constantly. But on a serious note, reporters revealed that over the past year, low traffic neighbourhoods have been responsible for more than 3,000 delays in 999 emergency fire engines getting to fires. So LTNs, low traffic neighbourhoods, could be a serious safety hazard. Are people dying because of this? Are they losing their homes while fire engines try to navigate the new complicated traffic systems? It does seem a strange situation. I'm very pleased to welcome to the show something I can't quite believe. She is an author, but also Britain's first ever female firefighter. Josephine Reynolds. Good evening, Josephine.
Hi, yes, hi. Yeah, I was back in the early 80s. I was one of a few at that time. There was a lady in London and myself, but the press always hailed me as the first, and because it was pre-Google, of course. So, but yes, of course, there were ladies fighting fires way before me. But yeah, anyway, I was lucky to get in.
But
in
extraordinary.
Yeah.
It's that recent. I would have thought, female firefighters would have been a natural, since time immemorial, but only back in the 80s. Extraordinary.
Well, actually, you're so right that it's a claim. Women have been putting out fires since men started fires, so it goes back to kind of the Stone Ages. Yeah. It's a label, isn't it, that we use, but it doesn't really mean that much.
Well, congratulations. Congratulations on being a pioneer in the firefighting world. But I want to talk to you about these low traffic neighbourhood schemes. And I have in the past talked to people in the emergency services, ambulance drivers, fire engine drivers, who do say it's a nightmare, that they cannot get to fires because, you know what we're talking about, those great big plant boxes they put at the end of the roads, and one-way systems and arrows here and one-way systems there, cycle lanes there. So 3,035 serious delays in arriving at fires due to low traffic neighbourhood schemes. They're going to have to think about this, aren't they?
Yeah, actually, I read that report. I read the Daily Mail the article, and then I went back and did some more research because, to be honest, I live in Norfolk and we don't have so much of a problem up here, even though when I checked out with my firefighter friends here, they said they do have terrible problem with people when they're struggling to get through when people are parking. Yeah. Even here, they missed a house fire recently. But yeah, I take the point. So you're talking about your big cities, and it's lovely that we're trying to be greened up, make it more environmentally friendly, especially if you're on a push bike and you're in the traffic. It's so dangerous. So no one wants that, do they? No. But yeah, it's like, where's the happy medium? And again, when I checked out and did a bit more reading into it, it turned out that even though there'd been those delays, it turned out London Fire Brigade didn't miss their targets, as I understand it, as a sort of a bystander.
Yeah, but delays are delays. And if you've got a fire blazing, well, you know much more than I do that seconds can be crucial. I was wondering, down here, trust me, every time you take a journey, it's different every time. So the road that you were going to go down suddenly has got those great big plant boxes, huge things, with a small tree coming out of them. And you got a fire. So would it not be better? Would it not be better to have a sort of barrier there that cars couldn't get through, but fire engines could open?
Blimey, there's one. Do you know, I thought today, what's the answer? I think there must be.
That might be a thought, mightn't it?
Oh, goodness,
access for fire engines
or emergency
or ambulances.
Yes, the trouble is, it's everything. You see, it's like And I did wonder whether there's a way that someone couldn't turn those taxi lanes. Do the emergency services use the taxi lanes? I wonder,
I
because
think I think I
taxi
think
lanes
they
used to
are
be
allowed to
really
do
good.
that. I think they're allowed to
Yeah,
do that. Yeah.
that might help a bit. But yeah, I mean, the planters, it's really hard because if it's your neighborhood, it can be really, really difficult to live with something like that, and each neighborhood is so different, isn't it?
Yes, yeah. Well, as I say, it's these sort of semi-permanent bollards, plant boxes. There's no way round those, and if maybe there was a way that only emergency vehicles could get into these roads that are newly blocked off, then we might have a sensible solution. So when
Yeah.
did you leave the fire service, Josephine?
I left in 1989. I had a chance to go traveling like in the deepest, darkest South America, because I've got very itchy feet. So I never seem to be able to stay the course. I loved the fire service. I was really lucky. I went to Thetford. I actually used to drive the fire engine here in Thetford in Norfolk. Got my HGV and off I went. And I loved it. Yeah, but it's very hard. You just say it's such a responsibility on that driver and to get that
Yeah,
crew to the
yeah.
whatever it is, road accidents
It
or
must be terribly
fires.
frustrating for a fire engine driver. You could probably see the smoke, but you can't get to the
Yeah,
house.
yeah.
What was the most dangerous situation you found yourself in?
Oh gosh, probably I guess one of the fires here in a house in Thetford years ago, and it's a family that were, we lost them, and trying to get into that building. But
Yeah.
we had a lot of incidents with all sorts of different types of incidents with munitions and things like that because the army base was just up the
Oh,
road,
right,
so they did
right.
a lot of live
You don't want
firing.
you don't want those catching fire, do you?
No, well, no, and they do.
Listen,
People hoard them.
Josephine, running out of time. Thanks for talking to us. But you've written that you're an author now. Tell us about your
Yes.
book.
Yes, I've written Firewoman. It published out in 2017. I'd gone on about 10 different life journeys. And then someone said to me, Joe, do you know that there aren't any female firefighters yet? And I was like, I don't believe you. Anyway, got my cuttings out and I got in touch with everyone I used to work with. And it turned out there were very few, still about 5% around the world. So I thought, I love my job. I just didn't know that people don't think of it as a career for women. So that's what I'm doing, being a visible voice for change.
Firewoman.
That's it.
Where can you get that? Normal outlets, Amazon,
No,
that sort of thing?
yeah, if people if they want to get in touch with me through my website, and I'd be delighted to post them signed copies out to them. That's a really
Lovely.
nice thing I can do.
What's your website?
It's josephine-reynolds.com.
By the way, it sounds like a really great read, and I think that could be the basis of a hit TV drama series. What do you reckon?
Oh, that's my dream. That's what I'm working on, like
Come
literally.
on,
Yeah,
you're the model for it. Listen,
thank
Josephine,
you.
great to talk to you,
Thanks.
and I'll see if I can read your book myself. Thank you very much. That's Josephine Reynolds, author and the first female firefighter in the UK.